Welcome, everyone, to Jimmy John's Field. Brian Fisher and Dan Dolber with you here. If you're wondering why we're on the air so early, it's because we have to do the continuation of a Unicorns Hoppers game that was suspended back on June 22nd due to rain.
Yeah, and you know what? At that time, the Unicorns had a different lineup in this afternoon, and actually they have new faces on in the team as well.
The Unicorns are currently leading at 7-4. We're going to play till the end of 7 because we have another game at 7:05 between these two same teams.
And let me tell you, Brian, when those two teams, when the game got postponed, it was Colin Thacker who hit a 2-run shot, which will bring up, I believe it would be Lackner up the bat now.
Jimmy Lackner will come up to bat in substitution for Brandon Rawl. Brandon Rawl has since been traded to the Beavers, so he will come up with a 0-2 count on him. And on the mound for the Hoppers, I believe, is going to be Matt Rogers. Believe it or not, Matt Rogers did make the start for the Hoppers in that ball game back on the 22nd. He went 4 1/3 innings pitched, which was what the game was at right now. And he gave up 6 hits and 7 earned runs so far. But obviously, technically it's a new game for him.
Yep. It's going to be a beautiful evening for baseball as well.
On the mound for the Utica Unicorns is going to be Brown.
Yeah, Cody Brown is still brand new to USPBL, so we'll get a good eye on him.
So waiting for Jimmy Lackner to come to the plate in substitution for Brandon Raw. We have quite a few substitutions here. Players that are no longer in the lineup is Thacker, Raw, Ibarra, Guilfoyle, Doyle, and, well, that's it. And instead it's going to be Roselli batting 3rd, Lackner batting 5th, Reynolds batting 6th, Schaefer batting 7th, and Sprague batting 8th. So it's an 0-2 count on Lackner. He's taken over for the 0-2 count that was on Brandon Raw as the pitch comes in. He's going to drive that one to center field. On the run is going to be Kraft, who will make the catch out there in center field.
He had a lead for that one, Brian.
Yeah, he did, and it's going to be 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning now. So, on one pitch, Lackner flies out to center field. Connor Reynolds is going to come to the mound now. Reynolds is substituting for Spencer Ibarra. Ibarra, in the game back on the 22nd, was 0 for 1, had a sac fly RBI. The first pitch to Reynolds is going to be a strike, 0-1. The delivery from Rogers is going to be a ball outside, 1-1. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be a ball outside, 2-1 now. Two-one pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Count will fall even at 2 apiece now. And in case you're just tuning in, this is the continuation of the June 22nd game between the Hoppers and the Unicorns. Swing and a miss there from Reynolds. He's going to go down strikes. That's going to end the top of the 5th. We're going to go play until the bottom of the 7th inning, or play till the end of the 7th inning. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're due up for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers is going to be Ricky Castro, Chris Power, and John Mankin, I believe. All right, I'm sorry. Chris Power, John Mankin, and Esteban Gomez. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here as we bring you the continuation of this rained out game. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. The Hoppers currently trail 7-4 as Ricky Castro will come up to bat. Back in the 22nd when the game got delayed, Ricky Castro was up to bat when Jeremy Scott got caught stealing. So he will come back up to bat here as the first pitch to him is going to be a strike 0-1 as he shows bunt and misses on it. He was 0 for 2 in that ball game to this point. As here comes the 0-1 pitch from Cody Brown. That's going to be a ball 1-1.
Castro has slowed down just a bit, Brian, as of late.
After a 20-game hitting streak, he's now gone hitless in 2 games.
But you know he's going to change that around real quick.
It's usually what we expect out of him is that's going to be a ball 2-1. Taylor Jellikowski was playing first base when this game started back on the 22nd, but he's out there in left field now with Lackner at first. So that one's going to be skied in the air to center field. It's going to land in front of Roselli. So now Ricky Castro will get on base with a base hit here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, with the Hoppers down by 3, this is what they just needed to get started in this inning.
So Chris Power will come up to bat. Chris Power was 1 for 1 in that in the game so far. He had a base hit back in the 1st inning and a walk. Not so many changes for the Hoppers like there were for the Unicorns, Dan.
No. Basically, the only changes are Brandon Oliver for Kyle Figueroa behind the plate, and then you have Cam Stewart taking over for Jeremy Scott.
And there's going to be a ball there, 1-0.
At short.
Yeah, Dan. There was, let's count it out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defensive changes for the Utica Unicorns.
Yeah, they got some brand new faces on their roster.
A lot has changed since just a month ago, as the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed there. 1-1 now, as he actually ended up foul tipping that one.
Castro getting a pretty good lead over there, just as comfortable lead.
And the 1-1 pitch is going to be just outside, 2-1 now.
Fans get treated to 2 baseball games this evening between these 2 teams.
Although the continuations of these games tend not to, bring a full house. That one's going to be a hit for a base hit in the right field, and that's going to put 2 men on with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Chris Power has his second hit of the ball game, although they came almost a month apart.
Yeah, it kind of feels like those close games these guys play during the week with the atmosphere right now.
There are a few people out there in the stands, but not a whole lot. We're expecting a full house for the 7:05 game, however.
And now at the bat will be John Macon. He had a homer in this ball game when it got postponed.
Yeah, he just has 3 on the season, and that was one of them. Other than that, John Macon had originally flown out to center field to Spencer Ibarra. That one's going to be in there for a strike, 0-1 now. So runners at first and second with no outs here for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. They trail by 3 runs. Oh, he's going to drive that one high in the air. Going back is Jellikowski. Shy of the warning track. Ooh, he will not make the catch out there in the outfield.
Wow.
As it looks like he just misread that one. So an error there from Jellikowski, which is a rare run at that.
Yeah, he had the ball started carrying, and then it moved over to the right more, and then he got on his knees and just couldn't make the grab.
So that'll make bases loaded now. With no outs for Esteban Gomez. Gomez is 1 for 2 so far today. Or at least in this ball game. I wouldn't say today.
So The Diamond Hoppers, down by 3, have some scoring potential here.
So here comes the first pitch to Gomez. It's going to be a ball 1-0, 91-mile-an-hour fastball missed inside.
Gomez has 21 RBIs, and here's a perfect chance to extend that.
22 is the league lead. So the 1-0 pitch is going to be grounded down the first base line. It's going to stay fair. They're going to tag first base, throw down to home plate.
Ooh.
And going to say it's not in time. Ricky Castro got in safely.
He started tumbling there.
So it's going to be a ground out and an RBI for Esteban Gomez.
It's now a 7-5 ball game.
The game just got a little bit closer here. There's still runners at second and third with 1 out for Mark Kruger. In this game, Mark Kruger is 1 for 2. He had a base hit and came around to score in the 4th inning, all the way back on the 22nd. He's going to drive that one up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to score 1 run, maybe 2, as rounding second base is going to be John Mencken. Mencken coming home is going to score, and that's going to make it a 7-7 ball game. So now Mark Kruger has a 2 RBI base hit. And I meant rounding third, not rounding second. Apologies for that. So the Eastside Diamond Hoppers jump back into this ball game here after waiting a month. Casey Chenoweth will come up to bat now with a runner at first base and 1 out here, and the game is now tied. It's going to be a pitch in there for a strike, 0-1, 91-mile-an-hour fastball, caught the inside of the plate.
What a great swing that was from Mark Kruger.
0-1 pitch swung on and foul tipped. 0-2 now on Casey Chenoweth. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. He's going to drive that one to left field. On the run is Jellikowski. He's not going to get to that one as it's going to bounce off the wall, and that's going to be a extra base hit as rounding third base is going to be Mark Kruger. He's coming home, and it's going to be an RBI double for Casey Chenoweth, and now the Hoppers have an 8-7 lead.
After being down by 3, the Hoppers have come back and took the lead.
Yeah, they waited about a month to make it not the comeback, but they got the comeback here quickly in the bottom of the 5th inning.
It's all about patience.
So 4 RBIs from the 4, 5, 6 hitters. An RBI ground up for Esteban Gomez, a 2 RBI single, and an RBI double from Casey Chenoweth. That's RBI number 2 on the ball game for Casey Chenoweth. Now John Kraft will step in.
He was 0 for 2 back in this postponed ball game on the 22nd. He flew out to the second baseman and then struck out.
She skies that one over to the foul territory where it's going to be caught. It's going to be 2 outs now. I believe that was caught by the third baseman, Sprague. So now Brandon Oliver will come up to bat. He's got a runner at second base. He has a chance to further extend the lead for the Hoppers. He's going to ground that one over to the second baseman, Reynolds. Reynolds will make the quick toss over to Lackner, and that's going to be it for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. But they score 4 runs and take an 8-7 lead, correction. So we'll go to the top of the 6th inning. We're due up for the Utica Unicorns is going to be Brandon Schaefer, Dylan Sprague, and Chris Allen. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dilber with you here as we bring you the last 2 innings. It's the top of the 6th, correction. I think I said the top of the 7th going into the break.
Kind of feels like it.
Yeah, it does, as Brendan Schaefer is going to take over at the plate. Brandon Larkin Guilfoyle was batting back a month ago, but now Schaefer will take over, and that's going to be a ball 1-0.
And before this game even started, the Unicorns were winning 7-4. Now it's the Eastside Diamond Hoppers taking the lead.
Well, the Eastside Diamond Hoppers waited a month to mount their comeback, but they came in strong here, and they scored 4 runs just a couple moments ago to take a 8-7 lead, as that's going to be a strike. 1-1 now.
Just sets us up for a great evening of baseball between these two teams as well.
Yes, it does, Dan. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's going to be a ball high and away. 2-1. Matt Rogers, Dan, gave up 7 earned runs in 4 1/3 innings pitched back on that fateful day. No, I'm just kidding. Back on the 22nd. He's going to ground that one over to the second baseman, Stewart. Covering first base is going to be Matt Rogers. He'll tag first. That's going to be the first out here. So an odd put out, 4-1 put out, as Gomez tried to get it as well.
Great job by Matt Rogers getting over there in time.
Indeed, Dan, as now it's going to be Dylan Sprague to step in. Sprague made his debut last night. In that ball game, he went 1 for 3, had a base hit in his third at-bat in the 8th inning. So he's technically 333 on the ball game. Here comes the first pitch to him. It's going to be a strike 0-1.
Sprague showed bunt there, but pulled back.
So it's kind of weird to think that Matt Rogers' final line could be 7 innings pitched with 7 earned runs on him.
And could get this win.
And yeah, could get the win. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be a strike 0-2 now. Here comes the delivery from Matt Rogers. Ooh, it's going to be inside. Ducking out of the way is going to be Sprague. So it's going to be 1-2 on the count. There's 1 out already after Schaefer grounded out to the second baseman, Cam Stewart. Stewart, Dan, is now leading the league in batting average.
Yeah, he is. At first, we all had Brett Belkin leading the league.
Ooh, he's going to strike him out looking. Yeah, Brett Belkin was leading the league for a while.
And also DeAndre Clark for a little bit.
Yeah, it's been changing back and forth.
This is exciting to see, though.
Well, 3 players from 3 different teams are all vying for that top spot with batting average. It shows that the teams are all pretty fairly even.
That happened to be Matt Rogers' 5th strikeout in this game back on the 22nd.
I have it down as his 6th strikeout.
I could
Maybe
be
I'm
wrong.
counting wrong. I don't know. It was a long time ago. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Christopher Allen. And it's going to be 1-1 now. Allen was 0 for 1 back on the 22nd. He did walk and come around to score. So he's still looking for his first hit in the ballgame technically. Here comes the 1-1. He's going to foul that one off. A pitch inside he tried to make contact on. 1-2. Coming into the game, or coming into the second half of this game, after the continuation here, so that's going to be a ball a little bit high. 2-2 now. It was a 7-4 lead for the Unicorns, but just a couple moments ago in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Eastside Diamond Hoppers scored 4 runs to make it 8-7. So the 2-2 pitch comes in. Ooh, he's going to strike him out looking. The second strikeout looking.
Get that out on the outside corner. That was close.
Yeah, second strikeout looking for Matt Rogers in this inning. Both on the outside edge. So we're going to go to the top of the 7th inning, Dan, where it's going to be last call for the Utica Unicorns.
Bottom of the 6th.
Bottom of the 6th. I was getting confused.
I'm telling you, it still feels like the 7th.
I know. I'm starting to get confused here. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning, where due up for the Hoppers is going to be Jeremy Scott, Ricky Castro, and Chris Power. So we'll be back shortly with more. It's an 8-7 lead for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. Please, we'll be back shortly. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom of the 6th inning, where the Eastside Diamond Hoppers are due up. Jeremy Scott set to lead it off. Jeremy Scott was caught stealing.
Actually, Brian, it's Cam Stewart taking over for Jeremy Scott.
Too many changes. It's going to be 1-0. Like we mentioned, Dan, Cam Stewart is leading the league in batting average.
Oh.
He's going to drive that one high in the sky to left field. That's going to be a home run.
Wow.
So Cam Stewart with a solo shot here in the bottom of the 6th inning further extends the lead for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, making it 9-7.
That baseball went out in a hurry.
So we will have Ricky Castro due up again, and thanks to that home run from Cam Stewart, it's going to be 9-7 now. The 1-0 pitch is going to be grounded over to Reynolds, who's ranging to his left. Will make the toss down to Lackner, and that'll be the first out of the bottom of the 6th inning. So Chris Power will come up to bat yet again in this ball game. He is 2 for 2, 2 base hits and a walk. So the first pitch to him is going to be a strike, 0-1. The delivery from Cody Brown is going to be in there for a strike yet again, 0-2. So Cam Stewart leads off the inning with a solo shot deep to left field. Not much of a chance on that one for Jellikowski out there in left. And then on the very next pitch, Ricky Castro grounds out to second, as that's going to be a pitch in the dirt, 1-2 now. Comes the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be in there for a ball. Count will fall even at 2 apiece now. Here comes the pitch. 2-2 is going to be a called strike 3, and Chris Power goes down looking. It's going to be the first strikeout for Cody Brown in this afternoon / evening, depending on how far back you go.
And here comes John Macon to the plate. His last time up hit for a single, which was an error by Terry Jellikowski.
He eventually did come around to score thanks to the RBI double, as that one's going to be grounded over to Balkin, who will make the toss down to Lackner, and that's going to end the inning. However, the Eastside Diamond Hoppers do add one more onto their score, make it 9-7 thanks to a solo shot from Cam Stewart. So it's going to be last call for the Utica Unicorns as we go to the top of the 7th inning, where due up for them is going to be the top of the lineup, Brett Balkin, Chris Cruz, and Tony Roselli. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here as we bring you the end to this ball game. It's the top of the 7th inning and last call for the Utica Unicorns as we continue this rained out game from the 22nd of June. Utica Unicorns coming into the second half of this ball game. We're winning 7-4, but now they trail 9-7, and it's last call for them as Brett Balkin will come to the plate. Comes the first pitch to Balkin. It's going to be in there for a strike, 0-1, 88-mile-an-hour fastball, low in the zone. Here comes the delivery from Matt Rogers. Swing and a miss there, 0-2.
Looked like a big rip there from Brett Balkin.
As he swung and missed at a pitch on the outer third of the plate. The 0-2 pitch is going to be just outside. 1-2 now to Balkin. One-two pitch. He's going to drive that one up the middle. Good play by Castro. He's not able to glove it, however. Quick throw down to first. Not going to be in time, so Brett Balkin's going to run that one out. So Brett Balkin's going to be safe at first on a base hit. So Chris Cruz will come up to bat with run on and no outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Last call for him.
Looks like that's going to be it for Matt Rogers.
You think? I think you're right. So you're going to bring somebody else in to finish out the last 3 outs of this ball game. So
it'll be Michael Gomez taking the hill now for the Diamond Hoppers to finish up this game.
Smart pick. Michael Gomez has been nothing short of excellent all season long for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers out of the bullpen. So technically Matt Rogers will finish the game with 6 innings pitched, giving up 6 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned, 3 walks. I'm sorry, make that 7 hits based off that last hit just there. And 7 strikeouts. So an interesting outing for him, as the first half of the game he pitched came all the way back on the 22nd. Then he pitched another inning and 2/3 here in today's ball game. So I don't know if those would qualify as 2 separate starts or not. But in total, between the 2 outings from the 22nd and here today, that's what his stat line would read. He is in line for the win, however. Michael Gomez is going to come in here to try and get the last 3 outs of this ball game. His team leads it by 2 runs. Chris Cruz will come up to bat with a runner at first base and no outs. So the first pitch swung on and missed by Cruz, 0-1.
A big swing of the bat here from Chris Cruz.
He misses on an 84-mile-an-hour pitch on the outside of the plate.
Actually could tie this ball game up. You never know what can happen.
Well, we know Cruz has got power in that bat, and we've seen him used it before. One swing in the back and tie the game. Like you said, Dan, the 0-1 pitch is going to be inside 1-1. In the ball game to this point, he is technically 0 for 1 with 2 walks. All of those at-bats came back on the 22nd. Comes the 1-1 pitch. It's going to be high 2-1 now.
I believe it felt like summer was just beginning. Now it's getting towards the middle of the summer.
Yeah, we're already in the second half of the season. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. It's going to be high 3-1 now on Chris Cruz. So another pitch misses out of the strike zone. Three-one pitch swung on, missed. Big rip there at
Yes, it was.
I think the gun's a little wrong there. It says that pitch was 107 miles an hour, and I don't think Michael Gomez has quite that much
maybe Corey
velocity
Kimber.
in his arm.
Maybe Corey Kimber, but I don't know about, like you said, Gomez.
It's going to be a full count now. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. It's going to be in there for a strike at the bottom of the strike zone.
There.
So he's going to ring up Chris Cruz.
What a beautiful location there for Michael Gomez.
So with 1 on and 1 out, it's going to be Tony Roselli to step in. Tony Roselli taking over for Colin Thacker. Thacker had a 2-run home run in this ball game. He had 4 RBIs as well, being 3 for 3. So he had himself quite a game. But it's going to be Tony Roselli taking over for him in this game. So first pitch is going to be high for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Oh, he's going to drive that one to center field. On the run is going to be John Kraft to the track, to the wall, and that one is gone.
We are all tied up.
So Tony Roselli taking over for Colin Thacker hits a 2-run home run in the top of the 7th inning to tie this ball game.
This sets us up for a great evening of baseball here between these two teams.
So it's all tied up here, 7-7, thanks to Tony Roselli's 2-run shot here in the 7th inning. I think that was his first home run with the Utica Unicorns as well.
Now a 9-9 ball game. First home run of the season for Tony Roselli. And his, like you said, his USPBL career.
So here comes Taylor Jellikowski. Another home run hitting machine, as that's going to be a ball outside, 1-0. Roselli hit that one to straightaway center field, and John Kraft could only just watch it fly. See, 1-0 pitch is going to be high and outside, or high and inside, correction, 2-0 now. Jellikowski in this game has 2 RBIs. It's going to be another ball, 3-0 now. So Michael Gomez coming in relief of Matt Rogers, strikes out the first batter he faces, but then gives up a 2-run home run in the top of the 7th inning to give the Unicorns a shot at this one. So the 3-0 pitch is going to be inside for a ball, and that's going to walk Jellikowski. So now there's a runner on and 1 out yet again, as Jamie Lackner will step in.
And here comes manager
Paul Nochi.
Paul Nochi back to the mound, and looks like
Gonna have another.
that's going to be it for Michael Gomez.
So Michael Gomez will see 3 batters, strike out 1, walk 1, and give up a 2-run home run.
Not the stats that he wanted to start his evening.
Although that run is going to be earned to Matt Rogers as it was inherited. Only one of those runs is going to be earned for Michael Gomez. So Gomez goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up, not even 2/3. He goes 1/3 of an inning, gives up a hit, 2 runs, 1 earned, a walk, and 1 strikeout. As we're going to have a new pitcher on the mound for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers as they try to get the 2 final outs here. And it's going to be up to the Eastside Diamond Hoppers to try and win this one in the bottom of the 7th inning, as we're tied at the moment, but that could change if the Unicorns play to home another run or 2.
It's going to be Jordan Pinnell taking the mound for the Hoppers.
Jordan Pinnell so far in the season has a 2.05 ERA across 26 and 1/3 innings pitched. He's got giving up 14 hits and 6 runs in that span, striking out 20.
We still have another ball game to play this evening, Brian.
Yeah, I'm curious, Dan, if we'll go to extra innings. If we're supposed to have a 7:05 start, or if this one's going to be a tie.
Well, you know, the Hoppers get their last chances. So, but the Unicorns have Jedikowski over there at first. They could bring him around to score. Anything can happen here.
So Jordan Pinnell's going to finish up his warm-ups here.
And we have a pinch hitter for Jamie Lackner now. It's going to be Nico Lolio.
Nico Lolio comes in a lot in these pinch hit situations.
Yes, and he's clutch as well.
I'm assuming this is going to just be a matchups. This way we have a righty up, or we have a righty on the mound. This way we have a lefty at the plate. 1-0 now on him. It's going to be an attempt at a stolen base for Taylor Jedikowski. He's going to get in there safely. So Jedikowski's now in scoring position for Nico Lolio.
And like we always said, Nico Lolio is great in these type of situations. Comes in clutch. He has 18 RBI so far this season. Can he make it 19?
What's impressive is the 5 home runs with a batting average of 192. So it really speaks to his ability to hit under pressure.
And they're going to walk him.
An intentional walk for Nico Lolio. That's possibly just to keep the double play in order. So now it'll be runners at first and second for Connor Reynolds. Reynolds taking over for Spencer Ibarra in this ball game. Ibarra was 0 for 1 with a sac fly RBI, and then Connor Reynolds has struck out swinging earlier in the ball game. So runners at first and second with 1 out. It's now a tie ball game thanks to the 2-run home run from Tony Roselli. The 1-0 pitch is going to be high in the zone, 2-0 now.
But the Unicorns have a perfect chance here to retake the lead.
They came into this ball game leading 7-4. They gave up the lead. It was trailing 9-7, and then, like I said, Tony Roselli at the top of the 7th here, and the last call for Unicorns, came in clutch with a 2-run home run to dead center field. 2-1 now on Reynolds.
This was his first of his USPBL career.
So the runners at first and second. Here comes the pitch from Pinnell. Swing and a miss there. Count will fall even 2-2 as Reynolds fans at the 88-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside third of the plate. Comes the 2-2 pitch. It's going to be high. Count's going to run full 3-2 now on Reynolds. It's going to be a quick look back to second base as Jedikowski retreats. Jedikowski stole second base after being walked by Michael Gomez. Comes the 3-2 pitch. It's going to drive that one up the middle. They're going to wave Jellikowski around third base. It's going to be a throw in. It's not going to be in time. It's going to be an RBI single for Connor Reynolds on a 3-2 pitch.
Just like that, the Corns retake the lead.
Yeah, the Unicorns now lead at 10-7 in the top of the 7th. Or 10-9, correction, in the top of the 7th. They came into the ball game leading 7-4. Gave up the lead, and we're trailing 9-7 here in the top of the 7th. So that's a lot of sevens here. And then they, with a 2-run home run from Roselli, tied it, making it 9-9. And the RBI single just moments ago from Connor Reynolds made it 10-9 in favor of them, as that one's going to be skied high in the air into right center field over his Kraft, being called off by Mencken, who will make the catch. The runner from second's advancing into third. That is Nico Lolio. So with 2 outs, his runners at the corners for the Utica Unicorns as they look to tack on another run here. So Dylan Sprague will come up with 2 outs and runners at the corners as Paul Nochi is going to come out to the mound.
I believe this is just to talk things over with Jordan Pinnell.
I don't see any too much movement in the bullpen. I do see somebody stretching.
I believe that would be the starter for the next game for the Hoppers.
So Nochi will return back to the dugout. It's now a 10-9 lead for the Utica Unicorns over the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. They've reclaimed the lead here. The runner that scored from second base was Taylor Jellikowski, and that was the inherited runner from Michael Gomez. So it's going to be 2 earned runs now on Gomez. But both runners on the base paths right now are inherited from, I'm sorry, not inherited, but they are Jordan Pinnell's responsibility. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be ball high and away, 2-0 now. Utica Unicorns sporting those slick charcoal gray uniforms in this makeup game, as that's going to be a ball inside, 3-0 now. The Unicorns 1 ball away from having the bases loaded yet again in this inning. Here comes the 3-0. A ball outside and bases are going to be loaded.
The stable is full of unicorns.
So it's going to be bases loaded with 2 outs here for the Unicorns as Chris Allen will come to the plate. It's going to be his 4th at-bat of the ball game, 2nd on this half of the game. Again, this is the completion of the rained-out game from June 22nd. When that game went into rain delay, it was a 7-4 lead for the Unicorns. Now they lead at 10-9.
And pinch hitting now for Chris Allen would be Gregory Jones.
I believe Jones is the catcher. I'm sorry. It's going to be...
You're right.
Well, I believe Greg Jones is actually DHing in the game later today, and it's going to be Jellikowski behind the plate. Comes the first pitch to Jones. He's going to foul tip that one off. 0-1 now. So with bases loaded and 2 outs, Jones has an opportunity to bring in some insurance runs here. Utica Unicorns came into the top of the 7th, where it was last call for them, trailing by 2 runs, and have scored 3 to take the lead back by 1 run. Comes the 0-1 pitch. It's going to be in there for a strike, 0-2. Low-2 pitch is going to be bouncing in the dirt. It's going to get away from Oliver, but not too far. So a 1-2 now. 2-2 now as that pitch missed inside. Count will fall even. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with runners at all bases. So bases are loaded, and that's going to be a ball. Count will run full now. So now it's a full count with 2 outs and bases loaded as the Unicorns lead it by 1 run. 10-9 here in the top of the 7th.
Jordan Purnell wants to be careful here. Doesn't want to walk in another runner here.
3-2 pitch. It's going to be grounded towards second base. Stewart's got it. Will make the toss down to first. That's going to end the top of the 7th. But the Utica Unicorns score 3 and take the lead back. So Unicorns on the brink of failure or brink of loss. It's going to go to the bottom of the 7th instead, where it's going to be the Hoppers' last chance. So do it for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers in the bottom of the 7th inning is going to be Esteban Gomez, Mark Kruger, and Casey Chenoweth. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dolby with you here as we bring you the bottom of the 7th inning, last call for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. Again, this is the continuation of the June 22nd game where the Unicorns had the lead 7-4. Now they have the lead just 10-9. Since we've come back to this ball game, the Unicorns scored 5 runs to take the lead 9-7. So that one's going to be skied off by Gomez, 1-0. But in the in the top of the 7th inning, the Utica Unicorns got a 2-run home run from Tony Roselli to center field, then an RBI single from Reynolds to reclaim the lead. Now it's 9-10. It's going to be the last call for the Hoppers. Another one's going to be fouled off, 0-2. So far in this ball game, Dan, Esteban Gomez has an RBI when he grounded out to first base.
And he looks to try to do some damage here to try to get the Hoppers to tie this ball game up.
1-2 now on him as that ball missed in the dirt. He's going to drive that one to left field for a base hit, so Esteban Gomez is on with no outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Mark Kruger comes on here with no outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning and a man on as his team trails by just 1 run.
there's going to be a visit at the mound.
There's one arm warming up in the bullpen for the Utica Unicorns as Jim Essien makes his way out. He's going to take the ball from Cody Brown. His day is going to be done here. He goes 2 innings pitched. Gives up 6 hits. 5 runs, correction. Trying to calculate how many of those would be earned thanks to that error from Chelikowski out in left field. Didn't walk any, however, and struck out just 1 batter. So not a very good outing for Cody Brown as his day is done. But he technically is in line for the win if they can get 3 outs here in the bottom of the 7th with a man on.
Now pitching on the mound for the Unicorns will be Thomas Constand.
Constand is a name we're very familiar with here,
He
Dan.
pitched last night.
That's what I was just thinking. Getting back-to-back games here.
Yeah, he came in the 7th. He went 1.5 innings pitched, gave up 2 hits, 0 runs, which were earned, and had 2 strikeouts.
So he's going to finish warming up on the mound here. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. Last call for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. They have a man on and no outs here as they trail by just 1 run, 10-9.
We still have another full game to play this evening.
It's going to start at 7:05. As soon as this game ends, we will stop the stream and then start another one with that ball game. Comes the first pitch from Kruger. He shows bunt there. It's going to be a strike, 0-1. Kruger showing bunt again. They're going to throw it on a first base, but Gomez is going to get back in safely. He's going to show bunt. He's going to lay that one down. It's going to stay in fair territory. Throw it on to second base. He's going to get past the second baseman or shortstop, then past the center fielder, and that's going to allow runners to advance.
Wow.
He's going to try and score him from first base as Gomez coming to third coming to home is going to score.
We're all tied up again.
A throwing error, or an error from actually Balkin probably at short is going to be the reason why. So we're going to be all tied up here in the bottom of the 7th inning, tied 10-10. Not sure who that error is going to be awarded to, but there was definitely an error on that play. It was a bad throw from Chris Allen from behind the plate, but then Balkin couldn't get a handle on it, and then Roselli in center field couldn't get a handle on it. Got past both of them, and that allowed Esteban Gomez to come all the way home from first base, and now we have a tie ball game. Mark Kruger is all the way at third, so
we have a chance here. The Hoppers could walk it off.
It could be a walk-off home or a walk-off game for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers as Chasey Chenoweth is going to be intentionally walked. So runners at the corners with no outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning for Joe Maroney, who is pinch hitting. And they're going to intentionally walk Joe Maroney now.
Wow.
So
bases are loaded.
Bases are loaded. Very strange. So Brandon Oliver will step in now. He grounded out his last time up. He's got bases loaded up here with no outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. The game is tied 10-10 as it's been back and forth since this game picked back up after the rain delay on the 22nd of June. First pitch to him is going to be inside. It's going to get away from Allen, but be in front of him, so he'll be able to hold the runners. 1-0 now. Comes the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss there from Brandon Oliver, 1-1. He's going to fly that one off. Foul that one off, correction, 1-2. One-two pitch is going to be bounced in there. 2-2 now. And the Utica Unicorns just need, if they end up walking Brennan Oliver, they're going to lose the game on a bases-loaded walk.
This game has been back and forth.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's one way to put it. Just going to sky that one into foul territory. On the run is going to be Lackner, who will not make it in time. So count will remain 2-2.
That would be Nico Lolio.
That's right. Nico Lolio pinch hit for Lackner. So Lolio is at first base. Lolio couldn't make it over there in time as it bounced in the dirt and then landed in the Hoppers' dugout. Eastside Diamond Hoppers just need one ball hit deep into the outfield. Even if it's caught, it could be a sac fly to win the game.
The outfielders are playing in now.
So 2 balls, 2 outs. Game is tied 10-10 here in the bottom of the 7th inning with no outs. It's just going to be fouled into the netting, 2-2 still. Brennan Oliver stands at the plate. Could win the ball game here as we have another game starting in less than half an hour. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss there as Brennan Oliver slams his bat in frustration.
That was a big pitch there from Constand.
And he strikes out. That's going to be 1 out here with bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Cam Stewart will come up to bat now. Stewart hit a home run solo shot just last inning in the 6th, and that padded their lead at the time. The Utica Unicorns came back in the top of the 7th, and now the Eastside Diamond Hoppers came back in the bottom of the 7th. So now there's 1 out with bases loaded, and Cam Stewart can win it here. A fly ball deep to right field on the run of Schaefer. He was playing shallow, and that's going to be a walk-off grand slam.
Wow.
For Cam Stewart, his second of the ball game. And a walk-off grand slam for Cam Stewart's going to win this ball game. And a 14-10 final for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers as they win this first matchup.
Wow.
And
there's the shower.
The conclusion of this rained-out game from the 22nd. A dramatic ending at that as Cam Stewart drives that one deep to right field for a walk-off grand slam. Dan, he ends the day with 5 RBIs on 2 home runs
and
in 2 consecutive innings.
Yeah, and Cam Stewart leads the league in batting average for a reason, folks.
So that's going to do it here for this makeup of the rained-out game. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with a separate stream for the next game, the full game that's going to be happening between these two teams. Again, the Eastside Diamond Hoppers walk-off grand slam in the bottom of the 7th inning, thanks to Cam Stewart, his second home run of the ball game. He has a total of 5 RBIs on the day. And the Hoppers win 14-10. So we'll be back shortly with the next game. Please stay tuned.